John, and Z Easy.
Trying to take it easy. Only weather I know.
You already know what it
is snow. Do yourselves a favor and go watch Sleigh Rider by Don, John, and Z Easy.
That's our best one. So we did Christmas videos for Mom. I want to do at least one more. Maybe we need to wait like a decade or something.
I mean, how many years? It's been pretty close.
No way, it's been a decade.
It's been like half a decade at least. Taylor wasn't even around since our last one.
Taylor wasn't around since our last one?
Since our last one.
It's been like 5 years?
Yeah.
That one was a cluster, but it also reminds me of what you said you were confused about before we got started. So me and John there's a song "Stand" by Eminem. If you don't know, it's Eminem.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday Night Live took our idea like 4 years later. We did "Stand" by Eminem. And Stanta. Yeah. So we did Stanta, and we were like, John was like writing a letter to Santa instead of Eminem, and was like, "Dear Stanta."
Yeah, but when they steal something like that, there's no way they saw our video.
Yeah, but I mean, we did it first, so I mean, there's no way they saw our video, but I feel like we still have like some
right to sue
ground there. Like we did Stanta way before, and the production value on theirs was way better. Plus, they got way more views. So
our lyrics were better.
They probably were. I mean, they actually have like professionals writing jokes for them and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
not funny people though.
No funny people on SNL. I mean, not anymore.
Yeah, you ever watch SNL? I don't know anyone who watches SNL.
Nate Bargatze was just on SNL, and it was pretty funny. He did like the George Washington thing.
What's the George Washington thing?
They're like, well, we're gonna do like meters and stuff, right? And he was like, no.
Meters.
We will follow inches. Like, and they're like, what about kilometers? And it was like, we'll call it a mile. And then they're like, all that stuff. Which I think we do it better over here. Kilometers are so confusing. 3 kilometers is like 5 miles, but I also grew up on it.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? 3 kilometers is like 5 miles.
I hate Celsius.
Celsius is so dumb.
Yeah,
oh, it's
I think
26
Fahrenheit.
degrees outside. I better put on a coat. Oh shit, it's hot as hell out here.
Well, Fahrenheit makes sense because it's like, 100 degrees.
100% hot.
Yeah. Who was talking about that?
Yeah.
Was that Shane Gillis?
No, I feel like it was a Brit.
0% hot.
Or I think it was an Australian, because he's kind of just in the middle of the rest of us.
It was some British guy, I think, who was like, I love Fahrenheit. Makes much more sense.
It's 100% hot.
It's 50% hot.
Anything over 100, it's too hot.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah, that one's funny. But anyways, we watched Elf. I watched this movie, I watched Elf. I started watching Elf at Florida when we were down there for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I was watching it on Mom's heating pad.
Uh-huh.
Or Caitlin's heating pad, which one. And I fell asleep on the heating pad midway through Elf. So I was like, I guess I'll just start from where I finished.
That heating pad thing is sick.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you guys want a good sleep. I'm not much of a napper. Recently, I've been trying to take naps because I don't get a lot of sleep at the moment.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I was exhausted at like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. when the group message was popping off.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's 2 a.m. and I can't go to sleep.
Were you asleep at 8 p.m.?
No. I don't take naps. If I take naps, I'm too like restless. I just sit there, close my eyes for like 10 minutes. And then I hear all this stuff going on in my house, and I'm like, oh, today I went to try and take a nap. And so I got a room on the other side of the house. Hudson's got a room over here. And I keep hearing this like banging sound. And I'm like, is Hudson just like kicking the wall, or like is Riggs doing something? So I like get out of my house, and I get out of my bedroom, and I walk into the living room, and I look at Hudson. I'm like, where is Riggs? And he's like, what? And I'm like, Riggs is supposed to be in the house right now. Where is he? And he's like, well, I didn't let him out. So I'm like looking everywhere, like starting to kind of freak out. And then I'm starting to open doors that like shouldn't be open.
Yeah.
And he was in Hudson's bedroom.
How did Hudson let him get in there?
I had no idea. I think Hudson was like in the shower or something, and then like got done, got dressed, whatever, and then closed his door.
Riggs was just laying there or something?
He was like eating his trash and the...
All
right, but I got some questions before we get into Elf.
before we get into the theme?
Should we do the theme first?
Well, we gotta hit the theme.
Okay. Movie night. Movie night. Movie night. Ain't no doubt we about to watch one movie night. Turn it on. Gotta get it started. Let's watch a movie tonight. 'Cause movie nights are always the best of times. Got to keep on watching. Keep on watching. Got to keep on watching. Keep on watching.
Got to keep on watching, and that we do, folks.
That we do.
You know what's funny about these Santa beards is they're far less itchy than the mustaches.
I thought you were going to say than regular beards, because I feel like these are far more itchy.
No, these are still itchy, but they don't bother me near as much as the mustache does.
Because I feel like the top lip is a sensitive place.
Must be. When we were getting ready to do the pod and you were considering just going the hair, no beard, I didn't want to say it, but you realized it for yourself.
Mrs. Claus.
You look so Mrs. Claus, and I was like, oh man, I hope you get on the pod like that.
The beard on.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
After the sweater was fit on the first one. All right, so I have a few questions. This has nothing to do. Oh. I've been on mute.
Are you sure?
It was blinking.
What does that mean?
It means they probably were just hearing you this whole time.
Oh no. No.
All right, well, that's fine. Let's restart it and then just go right into the intro. You think?
Yeah, I actually don't. Taylor said she could hear Zach.
Was it through your...
How well?
Was it quiet? Oh my gosh, the catastrophe. Yeah, I was very Miss Claus at the start.
Let's see what Taylor has to say before we make our next move. She's typing.
I didn't even. I was looking at the cameras and it wasn't switching over.
She said I had just gotten on. All right, Taylor, if you're listening to this live, did you just get on and then he realized he thought he was on mute? Or did he say the F word and then you had hopped on?
I said the F word?
Said,
"Bah!" No, I didn't say the F word.
It didn't switch to his face, but could hear him fine. The Miss Claus combo.
Okay, so it was probably going through your microphone, but we're fine. All right, I was on mute. The sound in here is not that great, so even if one microphone was muted, it's probably getting it picked up from the other, which is nuts because I test the audio before every single one. Regardless, we're back.
We're back.
Movie night. Yeah, like if y'all like just skip ahead 5-6 minutes. All right, so I had a few questions, and these are nothing to do with the movie that we watched, which was Elf.
Let's hear them.
Do you ever hear a comedian's joke and think that you could do it better? I just had this thought prior to
maybe not comedians, but I'll hear a story and be like,
this is how you should have finished it.
Funny story, but you told that all wrong.
Oh, you can do, yeah. I mean, we're storytellers by trade. I didn't think I was as good of a storyteller as you, but I'm starting to think we're very similar in that manner. Like, I tell a story just as well as you can.
One thing that people do when they tell stories that they mess up is they add details that are just...
Oh, yeah. You gotta get to the punchline. If anything, you add funnier stuff that, like...
People don't need to know the specifics.
Or something like that.
They don't need to know, like...
No, it's like, oh, well, it was a Labrador.
And what if it was a golden retriever? Okay, yeah. Who gives a shit? You know?
Oh, yeah, they'll get stuck on that. They'll be like, oh, well, the dog type was like... I mean, the dog was like a Pyrenees or something along those lines. And you're like just skip it.
Skip it.
I don't care what the dog was.
It was a big white dog.
All right, but anyways, Matt Rife. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
He's mad handsome now.
Yeah.
But apparently everyone thinks that he got, like, jaw surgery. He made his jaw more jacked. You know, like the
I didn't know you could do that, but
the corner cuts. You gonna do it?
Am I gonna do it? No, I'm not gonna do that.
You want the corner cuts?
No, I don't.
It's like that angle, you know.
What he did to his teeth was the right move.
Oh, so he had jacked up teeth too.
He looked like Gollum.
All right. So anyway, so Matt Rife. I saw this video right before we got on, and Matt Rife was like someone in the stands, because they do a lot of crowd work, and this guy in the crowd is like, make fun of amputees. And Matt Rife's like, whoa. And he's like, no, like, I served in Iraq in 2003, and, like, I'm a double amputee. Like, both of my legs are gone above the knees. And, like, Matt Rife said something, like, wasn't funny.
Yeah.
He was like, well, both your knees could probably go because, like, knees go bad when you get older.
Uh-huh.
And I would have said, he said, I served in Iraq in 2003. I would have said, well, I know you didn't serve in Iran.
That's a good one.
So that came to me, like, sometimes it'll come to me, like, as they're saying it, and I'm like, man, that was funnier than these comedians.
That's
and
a
I'm
good
not
one.
even
That's a good
famous.
one.
All right, and next question I have. This one's a little bit outlandish. All right, so what if you went to, like, a Catholic church?
Yeah.
You went to a Catholic church. You went to the cathedral. What's it called?
Sounds like a cathedral.
Not the cathedral, the confession.
Yeah, confession.
Is it just confession box?
You went to confession.
You went to confession?
Yeah, I think.
I guess. Did
Don't get
Meemaw's
caught up on
church
this.
have? Yeah, here I go. I was just talking all this talk. This isn't a story, though. All right, so you go to confession.
You're in the box.
And you just, like, commit to, like, a heinous crime. Like, one in particular, like, you were like, I'm the Zodiac Killer, which has never been solved.
Yeah.
And then but also you're innocent, you know?
So you're not really
It's
the
me.
Zodiac?
Yeah, like I say that I'm the Zodiac Killer. The pastor feels so inclined to call it in that he calls it in. They figure out that there's no possible chance I could be the Zodiac Killer. Could you sue the church?
I don't think so. I also don't know. For one, I don't think that the pastor is bound by law to not tell.
I think it's like a doctor.
Doctors aren't allowed to, but also they're allowed to tell about crimes. Serious crimes.
I thought
They're
it was
not allowed to tell
doctor-patient
about, like,
confidentiality.
That ends somewhere. Even like
Even the pastor?
The pastor's probably even more lenient than the doctor thing. The doctor is like bound by law. If you told the doctor you were a serial killer, he would have the right to tell the police.
Yeah, absolutely, because you're getting, like, treated for appendicitis or something. But when you step in that confession box,
they also,
there is a sort of
no, I don't
understanding.
I think to some degree.
What is that movie? I feel like Adam Sandler's in it when it's The Ringer. Father, I was rigging the Special Olympics, and then he throws him out of the church and is like, screw you.
Yeah, but then he goes and bets on him.
Oh, yeah, what a dirtbag. What a great movie, too. Yeah. I saw a video of Johnny Knoxville.
With Steve-O?
And he's like, The Ringer is one of my best movies of all time. And
he said he had the permission of the Special Olympics to make it, and they thought it was hilarious and everything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dad's got Matt, and, like,
Matt, he thought it was hilarious.
And, yeah, Matt is Dad's brother, and he's disabled, and Dad was laughing the whole time. Yeah. Which, like, I kind of was, like, probably as a kid, I was kind of, like, worried how Dad would take it. But I feel like even, like, people with... I mean, I don't want to have a kid with a disability, but if I had a kid with Down syndrome, bro, it's almost like a blessing. It's almost just like a joy in human form.
Yeah, you say that now, but it's a lot of work.
You think? I think the first 15 years are a lot of work.
That's 15 years, dude.
That's a lot of
That's more than half of the years you've been around.
Yeah, but once they get out of that little
Down syndrome rut,
the tough spot. Kids with Down syndrome only bring you joy, I think.
Oh yeah, they're awesome, but I'm just saying it's going to be a lot. I don't
want my kid to have Down syndrome. Yeah, no, if he did, or she did, I wouldn't be bummed. All right, and then last question before we get into the movie. You took so long to get here. I just
started thinking.
Yeah. So, what if you had one chance at an Olympic event?
Yeah.
One chance. You got out there, they're like, it was like a raffle or something, and you could pick the Olympic event you wanted to do. What would you do? To like you would have to get lucky, but something that you could get lucky in and maybe go gold.
How in what world could you possibly go gold?
ski jumping.
Oh my god! Yeah, and die.
You have like 20 seconds before you hit the decline to get your skis straight up. Then all you have to do is lean back.
You would not even get
archery
close. Oh, and just like be blessed by God with a lucky
I hope so.
arrow.
What if I just hit it right down the middle, and then the next one I was the girl from Brave, and I just split the arrow in two.
Maybe like the high dive and just do as many flips as you can, and then hope at the end you just
small squish, small splash, dude. Those people do the smallest splashes, and they do
maybe curling because I won't get hurt, and maybe I'm just like an absolute natural.
Oh, with the ice. No, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
What if you didn't even like try and like thin out the ice? You were just so good it just landed on bullseye.
Just went there. Yeah. Plus you got the guys with the brooms just doing their job, getting you in there.
Do you know who Sam Sulek is?
The guy, you know what? I think I do. Is this the Jack guy who's
on
mad
steroids? Jacked, and he's like 21. And
why have I just been seeing a ton of videos of his like last
He's getting big, dude. He's big, but
people
he's also
are hating
getting
on
big.
him.
Ah, most people love him.
Well, he does a ton of steroids. He's 20 years old, and he looks like he's 40.
All other
jacked guys who
jacked individuals
that
who are
like,
that's not what. But they were like, oh well, Sam doesn't like tell you to do this. It's just what he does, and he's mad jacked. So that's like the
most jacked guy of all time, Ronnie Coleman. He's like 7-time Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, he had the mad braid for a second, right? Black guy.
No braid.
He was a black guy, and he had one long braid all the way down his back.
I'm pretty sure Ronnie Coleman's always been bald. He was talking about people who have done steroids, and so they'd show him a picture and be like, "Did he do steroids or not?" Chris Hemsworth, he said, definitely did steroids.
Really?
He said Brock Lesnar, no steroids.
Brock Lesnar was just built like that.
Personal opinion.
Have you seen Brock Lesnar's daughter?
Is she jacked?
No, but unfortunately, she looks exactly like Papa. Put Brock Lesnar's face on a girl's body.
Dang.
I think she's jacked, though. I don't remember what she did, but, you know. All right, last one. I said archery. Diving. You said diving.
Yeah, but I think I would go with curling. I'm not trying to get hurt. I mean, you are literally going to kill yourself doing the ski jump.
Yeah, I could probably. That might be a possibility.
You would literally die.
Do you not remember that Eagle movie with
Yeah, and he trained for decades.
That guy seemed slightly disabled to me.
He just, I don't know. I don't remember too much of the movie, but I think he didn't
He had
place.
like a real
he
big underbite. That might have been his only problem, but
it's not like he won.
I don't think
he won.
Okay, so from the clips I've seen, I've never seen the whole movie, but I always see clips of movies online. So there's like a 40-meter jump and a 60-meter jump of skiing. But the 60-meter jump compared to the 40-meter jump is like significant. It's like you can do the 40-meter jump, but you're not doing the 60. You're not built like that. And Hugh Jackman, who is his coach in the movie, is like, don't do the 60-meter jump. You're not that guy.
Yeah.
And then he does the 60-meter jump, lands it, and then everybody's like, well, damn.
Yeah, but I think it's just the fact that he competed. It's not like he placed.
He didn't even place?
I mean, I doubt it.
Damn.
He was the guy, I think he was the first one from some country.
America.
He was American?
He was American for sure.
So I think he was the first one to go to the Olympics in that event.
We might have asked this question before, but why can Brits do American accents, but no American has like done a Brit accent? Is it because America
sure they do all the time?
Well, but we're Hollywood, you know. There's no Hollywood in Great Britain. So what would be the point of an American doing a British accent to get into? Can you name a person that's done a British accent?
I'm sure, and
that's like American.
Every British movie, like there's still probably a ton of American actors in it.
The Queen's Gambit.
I'm sure there's a bunch of American actors.
Are they British? Have you seen that show?
I've never seen Queen's Gambit.
Me neither. I didn't finish it, but it was good. But that girl's Hispanic, so that's what I was going with. That I think she did a British accent.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people who nail British accents too.
Andrew Garfield, he's American. He does a great British accent.
Nobody gives a shit about British stories, and American history is so much more badass. So there's a lot more movies made about America.
Just history-wise.
Well, I mean, historical anything that's like...
I think America just does it better.
I think that a lot of movies and stuff are made with America in mind. So you have to have an American accent if you want to like succeed in Hollywood.
We should do a segment for like snacks across the countries. Have you ever seen those videos?
Yeah, but I've never seen those snacks in my life, and they'll be like
buy them from online.
I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger just going ham about some Austrian like treats.
He's Austrian?
Yeah,
dude seems German as hell.
Same thing, basically.
Oh, what?
I mean, I think he speaks German in Austria. Probably because some World War II shit. His family was probably doing some mad stuff.
Bad Arnold.
Yeah.
All right, but anyways, so sorry about that 20-minute rant. I hope y'all heard it all because I was muted at the start. But we watched Elf, and I think, do you want to do plot summary and rating?
I would love to do a rating.
Why did you look at me like that?
Because I forgot about the plot summary.
Okay, I'll do my plot summary after the rating.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, ready?
1, 2, 3, 8.6.
Okay, perfect.
I respect that. I think after watching Elf, I think it's way better than Grinch. Not way better,
it's way
but
better than Grinch. I still think...
It deserves its decimals.
Yeah. I think it's way better than Grinch. I think it's probably the second best Christmas movie of all time behind Klaus.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there were some parts where I was laughing out loud, and it was just small parts.
Oh, yeah. A bunch of the...
It was the small things that I was like...
A bunch of the funny stuff in Elf is just, like, all the little things he does that are, like, an elf coming to the real world.
Yeah.
Like, the world's best cup of coffee thing and, like, getting on the escalator.
All right, so I had thought about this prior to... The escalator's hilarious. There's a bunch of this stuff that we can talk about later that's very funny. But I had this thought because Jim Carrey went through hell.
Yeah.
He went through hell.
To be the Grinch.
He was in makeup.
9 hours of makeup or something.
Like, I don't think it was 9, but I think it was like 2 hours a day for like 95 days.
No, it was an insane amount. Way longer than that.
I think it was 2 hours a day for 95 days.
We did a whole segment on this, and it was like...
Just look up how long did Jim Carrey's Grinch makeup take.
I bet it's over 5 hours.
But, so, it took about 90 days to film The Grinch, and Jim Carrey had to redo his makeup every single day. And it took 2 hours at a time, which John is trying to disprove, but he's going to look like an idiot when it says 2 hours. So that's what we're waiting on right now.
How would they possibly do that Grinch makeup in 2 hours?
Do you
Jim
see
Carrey's
the proof?
Nearly 9-hour makeup for the Grinch
Bullshit.
wasn't the worst part about getting into character.
Bullshit.
I told you. We did a whole segment on
How do you
this.
do 9 hours?
You wake up at 3 a.m.
I mean, this dude deserved $120 million.
Yeah,
all right, so anyways, even if it was 9 hours, I think John's lying. But I'll move past.
Some of the orcs were like 11 hours.
No,
Yeah.
in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, dude. We did a whole
Is Lord
segment
of the
on
Rings
this.
kind of a Christmas movie without being a Christmas movie?
I was wanting to put it on there, but I
I
just
don't
couldn't.
think it is. Yeah.
What would possibly make it Christmassy?
Yeah,
Elves.
it's tough.
I think the thing I like about Lord of the Rings is just an anytime movie. So great.
Yeah, but you watch it around Christmas, so it's kind of iffy. But anyway, so what do you think that Jim Carrey got paid for The Grinch? It was earlier than Elf, I think. Maybe not by a lot. And how much do you think Will Ferrell got paid for Elf? And Will Ferrell even said his makeup was maybe put on blush.
Yeah.
And then put on an elf hat and a suit, and he's done in 20 minutes.
So wait, is this like a thing that he was talking about? Like he was comparing it to
I
The Grinch?
saw both, and I'm just comparing them now.
So this was made in 2003. It was his 20th anniversary on HBO. It's added that next to it.
Oh, that's nice.
And The Grinch is 2000. So the pay should be basically
even.
I mean, that's pretty close. I would go with Jim Carrey made, I bet it was pretty low, $2 million.
Okay.
And I bet
$2 million for 100 days of torture.
I think nowadays...
I'd say bump up the stats. I know the answer. Bump up the
okay.
stats a bit and give it another try. Not Robert Downey Jr. in the last Avengers movie.
Well, nowadays, top name guy, a lot of money in a movie, I believe, is $20 million.
So who got 20?
Like, if The Rock's in anything, he gets like 30.
I'm saying who of the two got 20?
Will Ferrell.
Okay, and then what did Jim Carrey get?
Then 10.
Jim Carrey got 20 million. I was really trying to push you towards the finish line.
But you were making it sound like he got douched.
Well, you said 2 million at first.
I thought he got douched. 20 million, shit, yeah, I would do 24 hours a week.
Will Ferrell, okay, I was only saying he got douched in comparison because Will Ferrell did less than half of the work of Jim Carrey for this movie, got $17 million.
His movie probably made a bunch more money.
You think?
Elf is I mean, I still watch The Grinch a lot.
I think people rated The Grinch douche. I didn't see the IMDb for Elf, but sometimes when I'm uncertain of what I need to rate a movie,
you'll take a peek.
I'll take a peek and I'll just bump it up or bump it down a little bit to act like I know what I'm talking about, which I really don't.
Grinch got a 6.3 and it made $347 million.
All right. Well, let me do you want to do the Elf?
Elf got a 7.1.
6.3, 7.1.
And which is both frigged up ratings.
Yeah, I mean, very true.
You got to grade it on a Christmas movie scale.
We're juicing up the stats for a Christmas movie scale, but it's respectable because of that.
Yeah, I mean, this actually only made $230 million, so Grinch made a lot more million.
Okay.
So yeah, he got douched.
Yeah. All right, let me read my plot summary and then we'll dive into Elf for a little bit. All right. Buddy the Elf is a whimsical man who was raised by elves, which turned him into a master craftsman but also a bit of an airhead. Eventually, Buddy hears the truth. He's not just a tall elf, he's a man, which sends him on a quest to find his real father in the Big Apple. The only problem? Buddy's dad is on the naughty list. Buddy needs to bring the Christmas spirit back to New York City, which seems impossible since all New Yorkers want to talk about is how great New York is, even though it's gross. And won't shut up about the fact that you haven't tried a real New York slice. But if anyone can bring this Christmas cheer back to his New York City peers, it's Buddy the Elf.
Nicely done.
Yeah. New York sucks. I hate New York.
Do you? What's so bad about it?
No, New York doesn't suck, but New York is like it's a cool destination. There is no part of me that would ever think, "Oh, I would want to live here." Mm-hmm. And maybe if you want to make it big and you're like a musician, I don't know why actors. I mean, you could make it big as an actor in Georgia just as much as you could make it big as an actor in New York. I feel like.
I think you go to New York if you want to be on like stage, and you go to LA if you want to be in movies.
So stage is in like
I still think you want to
Wicked,
Broadway and stuff. Yeah, Wicked. And I still think living in LA is probably more beneficial because you're bumping elbows with people. Even though a lot of movies get filmed here, they just
bumping elbows.
Here. A lot of rich and famous people who make movies live in LA.
So you just bump elbows with somebody, and they're like, "Oh, you're mad handsome."
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I think there's more opportunities there.
Did you hear about how John Krasinski? No, wait. Was it John Krasinski? No. It was Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt was like doing like sales or something for like, I don't remember what movie it was that he got casted for, but he knocked on this lady's door and she was like, "You're mad handsome. Have you ever thought about acting?" And he was like, "Yep." Same way Night Home started. And then like he went to LA. They were like, "Dude, we'll fly you out."
Chris Pratt. He was fat when he came into it, I feel like.
No, he was fat during Parks and Rec, but I'm sure he was skinny before.
He was a skinny, handsome guy before he got fat.
I bet he was skinny, handsome. Then he got a little bit comfortable, got some money, got some beers in him, got fat.
What was he doing before Parks and Rec?
Sales. Door to door. I think it was Chris Pratt, but I can't confirm. But like, even a lot of those people, like you hear some stories about famous actors that you're like, it's like, you look perfect for this role. And What the hell? Where's my opportunity? I've been going to that the restaurant across from Pinewood Studios just 3 times a week for the past 2 years. Nobody's told me anything.
And Phyllis, she was a writer for The Office before she got casted.
And they're like, you want to be Phyllis?
You would make a great Phyllis.
Yeah. And now she's in like Inside Out.
And
as
Roy
like a
Kent
voice actress.
was a writer too. And they were like, he was writing it and he was
Roy
like...
Kent. He was like, I think I'm Roy Kent. Yeah.
And so that's pretty beast. And now he's going to be Hercules. He's making a zillion.
Yeah, I don't see him as Hercules, but...
No, he's fine.
Good on you. I mean, Marvel's already doing so many things wrong.
I mean,
don't really
they
care
suck.
That he's...
But I like Roy Kent, so hopefully it's good.
Roy Kent. Kent.
He's here. He's there.
Did you have any like of your favorite moments from Elf?
Yeah, I got some great moments. When this movie was, I mean, this doesn't really have to do with this movie, but at the intro when they're saying like director Jon Favreau or whatever. Yeah, he made this movie.
Damn.
He's also in it.
That dude.
I think that is
when was he in it?
He's the doctor when he's eating cotton balls.
You know, okay, so I was also very tired today.
Yeah. You fell asleep?
No, I didn't fall asleep. I can't take naps anymore. It's impossible. I'm too worried about the grind.
Yeah.
But anyways, I remembered where I left off when I was in Navarre.
You started there.
Fast forwarded like 45 minutes.
So he's in the doctor's office to check to see that he is in fact his son. The doctor's Jon Favreau. Speaking of favorite moments, when he's eating cotton balls and his dad stops him. And he stops them with his hand, and Buddy goes...
Throws it.
He makes it disappear and pulls it from behind his ear and eats it. That's a classic. But when they're doing that and they're like, producer, Jon Favreau, and then they're like, casting. And so it's
Jon Favreau.
So-and-so, some random. So does someone just have the job of... I just pick who's going to be in the movie? Like, they read the script and they're like, I think you need to cast... Will Ferrell for this.
Well, what small of a part? Will Ferrell.
I'm saying there's someone who's just in charge of casting.
It probably was Jon Favreau if he was the director.
It was a random person's name.
Oh, really?
So there's someone who's just in charge of casting?
Oh, casting director or something like that?
I suppose.
What was their title?
It just said casting. Ashley Beneker.
That's a good name.
So is that all she does?
I mean, she's got a knack for it, I guess.
All she does is sit there and be like,
You're not good enough.
And then she's done. All right, y'all have fun making the movie. Here's the cast.
That'd be sick.
Just a crazy job.
That'd be a sick job, dude. I'd be such an asshole at that job.
Do you know what cartoon character Santa Claus plays? The Santa Claus from this movie is the voice of a cartoon character.
There's no way I'll be able to guess that. I can't think of his voice now.
Think of an old man.
Freaking.
Say it.
I don't know.
He's the old man from Up.
No.
Yeah, Santa Claus.
That seems pretty late.
He also the old man from
died
Up,
by now.
He did die a couple years ago. They brought it up.
Yeah,
because then they had the Up show.
Here's what the problem with me in old movies. I don't do this the whole time while I'm watching old movies. Like, especially since we're doing top 100 for movies, I'll just look at like these like 15-year-old kids
and see if they're famous.
Probably dead by now. No, not nearly that.
What's crazy though is when we watch an old movie,
I'll be like, that person's probably dead, and then there's a 63-year-old in that movie, and I'm like, you're definitely dead.
Well, you're done. During it, I'll go to the IMDb and you'll see like, because it'll be their most updated
photo.
Yeah. And it'll be like these people that are like, no, I was thinking of, what's it called when actors get their photo?
Snapshot.
No, but close.
Screenshot.
No, but
shit.
Headshot.
It'll
be their like most updated headshot, and a lot of these people from these old movies will be, you'll be like, oh damn, that's who that is?
That reminds me of the movie Due Date when Zach Galifianakis in the movie changes his name.
Hilarious movie.
Yeah,
Ethan Tremblay.
He changes his name to Ethan Tremblay, and Robert Downey Jr. is like, all right, well, like, what was your real name? And he was like, Ethan Chase. And he was like, that sounds way more like an actor's name.
Yeah. That's a hilarious movie.
Yeah, it is a great movie. I watched that when I went to Florida with Jervon. Jervon invited me to Florida. Jervon's my buddy. He was on one of these podcasts, John Wick 4.
Mm-hmm.
So Jervon invited me and Jack to Florida, and we ended up going to like all the like sightseeings. We saw Dobby Die in theaters. We watched 2 movies while we were out there. One was watching Dobby Die in theaters, and one was watching...
So you're talking about this was back when Harry Potter came out?
Yeah. So I think Harry Potter, when Dobby died, must have been right around the time that Due Date was there.
Yeah.
And his mom, like, bought us all tickets and then dipped because we were too young to get into an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
But it was funny because... a couple of years ago, I was probably like, hell, I probably was like 25. It was when I was living in Doraville.
Mm-hmm.
Jervon makes music, so Jervon had this whole like album cover, whatever. I don't know what the hell they call it because I don't make music. But he had this whole like album drop party. And they were all like, everybody was out there, and I saw Miss Kyle's, and I haven't seen her in like 8 years.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to forget her. Because, like, I mean, like, it was me growing up. Like, she has met other people since then, whatever.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, what's up? Miss Kyle's.
Yeah.
Miss Kyle's, how are you doing? And by her vibes, I realized that she didn't remember me. And she's like, oh, what's up, baby? Like, how you been? And I was like,
who am I?
What's my name? I stopped her in her tracks.
What'd she say?
She was like, what? And I was like, what's my name? I don't think you remember me. And she was like, oh, I remember you. And I was like, then what's my name? And then she was like, I'm sorry, I forgot. And then I said, it's Zach Knight. And then it all kind of came back to her because, like, her and Mom were kind of close. Like, they were all kind of boys.
Man.
But, man, she was like, oh, you grew up so much. I was like, yeah, whatever.
I look the exact same.
Don't you hug me.
Okay, do you know in the scene when he's making the Etch-a-Sketches, I think?
He's rocking out. Every time he did the Etch-a-Sketch was cracking me up because he's writing letters on an Etch-a-Sketch, and if you've ever done an Etch-a-Sketch, you know it's impossible.
Yeah, so he really is a beast, but
he's
in
like
the elf
typing.
world, he sucks because he's like, I made 84, and they're like, and you know the guy, the elf that's in charge?
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
No.
He's Ralphie from the Christmas Story. So the little kid, the main character in the Christmas Story.
I feel like I just saw a video about that.
So he's all grown up, and he's
Did
also
you know
an
that
elf.
because of a video, or did you know that just because you knew?
I think from a video.
Yeah, okay. No, I saw that video too.
Yeah.
I just forgot about it.
And it is, in fact, Ralphie.
Yeah.
So
you're trying to act like you
No.
you knew something.
No. I admitted to seeing
that
it in the
kid's
video.
got a classic face. The Etch-a-Sketch was hilarious. I mean, there were so many parts that made me laugh that I can't think about.
Testing the Jack-in-the-Boxes is all time.
That's a funny one. It's not like laugh out loud funny, but it's funny.
But
I knew it was coming, so maybe I laughed out loud at the start. One of my favorite scenes from this movie is when they're in the post office.
Oh yeah, the post office is all the time.
And he's like, oh, I love maple syrup, and pours like 6 shots into his coffee.
Gets hammered.
Pounds it, gets hammered. And then the funniest part I thought about it, yeah, the dance was funny.
Oh, the guy saying how old he is?
He's like, I'm 26. And he's got the deepest voice you've ever heard. He looks like Andre the Giant laying on this mail.
He's got to be like 50 years old.
I know. What is he talking? I understand.
Why did they throw that in there?
Why did they throw that in there? Because like when it's like a high school show, you always have this young person, or at least a person that looks young.
Like, I mean, obviously they did that to be funny.
Yeah, so it was meant to be funny. Because you'll see, like, shows like Euphoria or whatever that's based off of, like, a high school class.
Yeah.
And you'll always see a kid that you're like, there's no way this kid would ever look like this in high school.
I think they've gotten better about that, though. Like, most shows nowadays hire younger kids. People.
Percy Jackson. Listen, people, I was shitting on Percy Jackson. I'm man enough to know when I was wrong. It's fire.
When were you shitting on it?
I think I was shitting on it right up until it dropped.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it would be Beast. I've only seen episode 1.
You thought it would be Beast?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I always thought it would be Beast.
You were shitting along right with me.
I think it's funny when he's taking a shower. That scene always makes me think of...
He was taking a shower, or Zooey Deschanel?
He was at the beginning when it's just showing little scenes of.
He's way above the like. That's how Wad showers.
I always think of Wad. I'll be in a small shower, like where it's pointed at your chest, not your face.
Yeah,
and I'll be
never been there.
Man, imagine Wad in the shower. Then I think
then just like a little bit.
Yeah.
Wad, what a giant! This world wasn't built for that man. You know what's funny about Zooey Deschanel? So in this movie, they're always like, Zooey Deschanel is the girl from New Girl. She's the main character. She sings in that. But they love giving these actors and actresses a platform that are like, oh no, well, I'm too shy to sing. I don't like to sing. And then by the end of it, it's like, I really can't stay.
Great song, too.
Was that what she sung? It wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, because that's the rapey song.
Well, she sings that in the shower.
Oh, that's what she sung in the shower.
And then at the end, it's...
Here It Comes? No.
No.
Like...
Best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. That's just what they say
before.
And then she starts to sing...
Here It Comes, Santa
Claus.
Right down Santa Claus.
Maybe if I think of what the old lady says when she sings really bad.
And she's terrible. She's a babe.
You're not even moving your mouth. That's what he says to Dan.
Yeah. No, he says you're only moving your mouth. You're not even singing.
That's right.
I love the post office scene, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's hilarious. I love.
But when so at the end they're talking about So the whole thing at the end is Buddy is trying to help Santa like get his turbine set up because Christmas cheer around the United States is at an all-time low, especially in New York. I don't know the range of Christmas cheer.
Yeah.
Just like when Tinkerbell lost her fairy spirit and then they're all like, Tinkerbell. But anyway, so the kid starts reading out what people want from their Christmas list to prove it. And then it's like Dirk Larson.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Wants a nice treat yourself day at a spa. And then it like cuts to like these bikers at a like bar. And he's like, must be another Dirk Larson.
Yeah.
Which is tough because I mean, so back in the day, I don't know what happened, but one day I was on Facebook and I thought it would be so funny to follow every single Zach Knight on Facebook.
Yeah, that's all the time.
And it's not just like ZACH, it was always ZACK Zach Knight.
Better
spelled
be
the exact
spelling.
same way. Yeah, I wasn't putting any CHs in this group. But there are a lot of freaking weirdos named Zach Knight, like goth dudes. And some of them, I don't know what their problem was, but they were mad.
A lot of bad Zach Knights.
Why would you add me? And I was like, yo, because we have the same name.
You don't think that's crazy?
This is stupid.
How about, I mean, the best of all time is the Indian pop star.
Oh, man. So I was on Snapchat, and, like, I'm a pretty popular guy. People like me, but not this much. So I'm getting 10 to 12 ads on Snapchat a day. This person followed you. This person followed you. And it's all people that I'm like, definitely don't know who you are, Rashid. So I do a little research, and it turns out that there's this Indian guy on Snapchat whose name is Zach Knight, spelled the exact same way. And I must have gotten on Snapchat early because my Snapchat username is like ZACKNIGHT. So I just took out 1K.
Yeah.
Zach Knight. And I'm getting added by people left and right. And like at one point in my life, I would go along with it. But then I just got tired. They'd be like, oh, well, my favorite song is this. And I was like, oh, well, I wrote that when I was high on heroin. But I got tired of it. And I was like, and then I just sent a picture of my white face, and they would be like, what?
What? This is my whole life's been a lie. How old do you think Zooey Deschanel is in this, and how old do you think Will Ferrell is? I have the answers.
Now that you say that, I think Zooey Deschanel might be older. Like 32, Zooey Deschanel, 30. No, because Zooey Deschanel looks better than him now. Okay, so I would say Zooey Deschanel, 23, Will Ferrell, 30.
23 for Zooey Deschanel, right?
Damn!
Yeah, you almost talked yourself into something crazy.
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell, 36.
Damn, I almost killed that.
He's 13 years older than her.
That's gross.
Yeah, and she's only 23.
I love when you see relationships, like, online, and then, like, there's this, like, trend going around on TikTok right now, and it was like, this is what we were, and then this is what we were before, but it's kind of gross sometimes.
What is...
Like, if you have a 13-year age gap.
Yeah.
Like, it seems okay when you're 43 and 30.
Yeah.
Like, that seems okay. But then you start minusing ages.
Even that's pretty old.
Yeah, it's gross. But, I mean, like, there's definitely, like, couples, even celebrities, that are way wider age gaps than that.
Oh, yeah, so they'll show them, like, as a baby and as, like, a...
they never do that. Like, they have more... Like, if in this trend that I'm talking about, it's more of like a 5-year age gap.
Yeah. And
they never go like, it's like we met at 18 and 25. It's not like it was like I was 3 years old and this kid was playing Little League.
No, but I thought they might have showed like when I was a
that'd
baby,
be mad funny.
You were 13.
Yeah,
that's creepy.
Yeah, that might get viral.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gross. Like once I mean, the older you get, the less it seems bad.
Yeah.
Oh, you're 40, you're 30. Okay. And then you start minusing 10 years from each person. And you're like, wait.
You were 20 and 10.
10 and 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creepy.
So then it gets gross.
The kid in this kind of reminds me of Jack McClane.
I can see that.
Just a little.
Kind of have similar noses.
So does the kid in Santa Claus when he's a teenager. The one with Tim Allen.
The elf?
The kid. His son.
Philippe?
The kid.
I can't think of. I haven't seen that. Did you watch that this year?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that probably in like 10 years.
I mean, it was definitely on at some point in my house during December.
I never do Christmas movies like that.
Even in the background?
No.
Oh, come December, if I'm like cleaning up at the house, I'll often throw on.
Always Christmas movies.
Often,
and
I'll throw on Santa Claus. That way I catch it every year.
Well, I don't do Christmas decorations.
Oh my God!
I need a wife before I do Christmas decorations.
Yeah, but if you don't, I'll tell you this: if you have a girlfriend or you're going on a date and it's like December 20th and she comes over and you don't have a tree,
you really think she's gonna be that weirded out by that?
I think it would be
like, I'm a single guy
and I'm depressed and I don't do Christmas.
I'm sad.
Yeah, I think if you have a girl over, you need to have a tree up.
No, I don't think she would care that much.
It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It just makes it look like you got it going on.
Have you ever had an experience that makes you think that this is the case?
No, because I would have always had a tree up.
You always had a tree up?
Yeah.
How tall?
Oh, yay big.
Yeah, like 3 feet?
Yeah, like 6 ornaments on it. But at least I was in the spirit. I had a wreath too.
Yeah, some spirit.
I had a stocking with a J on it.
Freaking wimp. I have a stocking with my name in Japanese letters.
Put that up.
Yeah, who knows if
Too
it's
late
even
now.
true.
I'll tell you what. I quickly get out of the spirit. This movie was pretty hard to watch on December 26th.
Yeah.
I was like, this feels weird.
Hell, so once you rerun movies...
You have Fred Claus on when I came in.
Yeah,
I was like, what the hell?
Fred Claus, something is playing in the background right now. Like, it's probably a Christmas movie. But I saw this one yesterday because I turned Alpha on. I was like, maybe I can watch it before I go to sleep. And I didn't go to sleep, but I also wasn't paying attention to the movie, so I really had to watch it today.
Yeah.
And it was like, the first Batman. Who's that Batman? The one that's in Flash, but not...
Oh,
I want to say Kevin Bacon.
Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Just switch those around.
Bacon Kevin?
Michael Keaton. It's kind of similar in a way.
Yeah.
But anyways, Michael Keaton turns into a snowman. Or he gets murdered.
Jack Frost. Or
Jack Frost isn't right.
Something like that. It's about he turns into Frosty.
Frosty Jack.
Frosty Jack. What is that one called?
Yeah, but so Michael Keaton...
Jack Frost.
Damn it, John. So anyway, I'm not paying... a lot of the times I don't pay attention to stuff that's on the television. It's more white noise unless we're potting it. And so I look up for a second. They're like, It was like, Dad's the snowman. I'm like, what? And then they're like, your father's been dead for a whole year. What are you talking about, you psycho? I wish they would have just, like, put that kid in a loony bin.
Oh, what, the one who thought his dad was the snowman?
Yeah, because his dad's talking to him the whole time as a snowman. And at the end, I saw the end.
The name of the movie is Jack Frost.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. You idiot.
You idiot. I mean, I was like, I feel like I'm going crazy here.
Sometimes I just like...
I wonder if that one's any good.
I wish the worst... Not that I wish the worst would happen in a lot of situations, but like in that situation... like if the kid was like, Dad's the snowman. Because at the end of the movie, Michael Keaton like kind of like dissolves, and then you see his spirit as Michael Keaton, and you have a little bit of closure between the son and the mom, and it's like, oh, it really was him as the snowman. And I watched 15 minutes of this hour and 30-minute long movie. You know?
Yeah.
And then there's some resolution there.
Yeah.
But it would have been funny if the kid was like, Dad's a snowman, and then they just put him in like a loony bin or something. I mean, maybe I just don't have the Christmas spirit in me. I need a tree. I have a tree.
Damn, I had something to say.
Look, that's a tree right there.
Oh yeah, I mean that makes me smile.
That's a Christmas spirit.
I like when he's writing the letter and he says, "Sorry, I crammed 11 cookies into the VCR."
Who said that?
Buddy, when he's writing his goodbye letter and sorry for ruining everything.
Yeah, I didn't really catch that one either. I was laughing the whole time.
Or when she goes, passion fruit spray, and he goes, passion fruit spray, and he grabs it and he sprays it in his mouth.
Yeah. Well, one of the funniest parts of this whole thing is Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
Santa's elf. Call me an elf. Oh, very funny.
He's an angry elf.
No, he's like, Santa's elf. And he's like, ha ha ha, very funny. And then he's like, does Santa know that you like left the workshop? And he's like, call me an effing elf one more time. And he's like, he's an angry elf.
People quote that a lot. I also quote, there's some things I say from this.
Did you catch it? Like, do you know that you're quoting elf?
Yes. I mean, obviously, when you say, if you're talking about a short person being an angry elf, he's an angry elf. You know where that came from. I often say this.
Damn, this has way
Bye, bigger. Taylor. Hope you find your dad.
Yeah.
I know where that's from.
Yeah, we know where Taylor's dad is. He's at Toys R Us buying more Barbies. Just kidding,
I also
man. I love you.
say this. But the children love the books.
That's from... the children... What is that? That's
at
from
the beginning, the nun's like talking to his dad, and she's like, you're taking the books away. And he's like, hey, don't put that on me. You guys aren't paying the bill. And she's...
the children love the
books.
Yeah.
Say that about Louise sometime.
Kids don't even
I love you. I love you. I love you. Sometimes I say that.
That's a good one.
So there's a lot of good quotes.
Yeah.
You sit on a throne of lies.
That's a good one. That might be the best one of all the ones you said.
There's a lot of good quotes. Okay, you want to do the draft? I feel like the movie's about done.
Buddy fights with fake Santa.
Yeah, that's a great one. The mall boss whole thing with the boss at the mall.
Yeah.
Just their repertoire.
I think fake Santa, because he obviously got fired after Buddy and him had this fight. Because they had a fight. But I feel like
Buddy goes to jail.
Huh?
Buddy goes to jail. Santa.
Yeah, but that guy definitely lost his job. I mean, it was Black Santa in the next scene. But if he wouldn't have fought him and just left and then came back a little bit later, he could have still been Santa, but I feel like he got fired.
Yeah, great point.
Yeah. And that's all the quotes and stuff I have, so I'm ready for... don't do the draft, just do
Days
number
of Christmas?
21. Yeah.
Okay. Number 21.
Number 21, Days of Christmas. We're going to 25 for obvious reasons.
Oh, you cheated.
Well, don't do the draft.
Number 21, draft.
You got mad blurry. Stand still. Oh, that's the wrong button. Open it. Thing up.
Am I back?
You're good.
Draft. Best Christmas movies that aren't technically Christmas movies. All right.
You want to go... Do we have the coin?
No. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first. I'll give you it.
All right. Number 1. I will take Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah.
Not a Christmas movie. There's a Christmas scene.
Chess, when they're playing chess.
Yeah.
And they're pulling the tree behind them.
A couple of the Harry Potters have Christmas vibes.
They're all low-key Christmas vibes. Some, not all, but...
Probably like 1 through 3 Christmas vibes. Maybe 4, and then 5 through 8 not Christmas.
I'm going to do Die Hard for my
classic.
first pick.
Yeah.
Christmas movie without being one.
I mean, it causes this whole draft is because of Die Hard.
Yeah.
I will go with my next pick, Narnia. The Chronicles of Narnia. Santa Claus comes and gives them all a gift.
Yeah. I'm going to go Nightmare Before Christmas. I'd say it's more of a Halloween movie than a Christmas movie.
You don't think that's considered a Christmas movie?
I don't think that's considered a Christmas movie.
All
and
right,
I also Google searched this, and it was not considered. You don't think to put on Nightmare Before Christmas at Christmas time. That's all I'm going to say.
Here's a good one. Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, yeah, I like that one. I'm going to go another controversial pick back to back. I'm going to say Home Alone.
Oh, Taylor tried to throw this shit on me, and I was like, you're ridiculous.
It's not a Christmas movie.
Everyone in the world thinks of Home Alone as a Christmas movie.
They're talking about it as it's Christmas time, but it's not a Christmas movie. It's about...
They, like, all come together for Christmas.
They say Merry Christmas, maybe.
What do you want out of a Christmas movie? To be Christmas the entire time?
Home Alone. Not a Christmas movie.
Oh my God. Then you are arguing the opposite. That, I mean, we're still saying
it's a Christmas movie that's not a Christmas movie. If there's snow on the ground during the movie, it's a Christmas movie. Low key.
So Home Alone is not low key a Christmas movie, it's high key.
No.
Oh my God. All right. I will go with The Apartment. Do you remember that one? We potted it on here.
Is that J-Lo?
It's really old, from like 1960. We potted it. It's about the girl who was like in love with the boss, and the guy in the apartment that let all the boss bang in there, but then he fell in love with that girl. Then she would try to kill herself.
No. We potted that?
Remember the guy? It's from
You're
like 1960.
Dumb, dude. That's a bad one.
Well, I mainly picked it because we potted it, and I didn't think that your brain was donkey brain, but evidently
full donkey.
Here we are. The guy owned an apartment. He worked somewhere, and all the bosses would cheat on their wives. At the apartment.
That was one of the top 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad pick.
My God. Mr. Home Alone.
I'm gonna do Batman Returns.
Bad pick.
No.
All right, I have that on my list as well. I'm gonna go with The Shining.
Bad pick.
Oh my God. All right, pick another one.
I'm gonna go Gremlins.
Bad pick. I'm gonna go with Just Friends.
What's that?
It's the one when Ryan Reynolds was fat and he had like this high school girlfriend, but then he got like kind of famous.
That's a good pick. That's a really good movie.
Great movie, and it's like Christmas.
When it goes back. Sure. That's a great pick. I'm gonna go final pick of my turn. Mean Girls.
That's a great pick.
Yeah.
I gotta respect it.
They slap their thighs in Christmas.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
We watched that relatively recently. We watched it on vacation. Do you remember that? Like a year ago, and I was like, "My God, Mean Girls is hilarious."
It's a funny movie.
It's
I don't
hilarious.
ever like think to watch it, but I obviously remember like they do like the VCR thing, whatever, radio.
Mm-hmm. Boombox.
They click the button, boombox, and then they just do this high Christmas dance, and then it like the boombox fails.
Yeah.
And then they do the rest. Lindsay Lohan
sings.
Yeah, it's a classic. Here's a celebrity that can sing. How are we going to put this in the movie? Just like Zooey Deschanel was singing this whole entire time, and apparently she was insecure about singing.
I put Hateful Eight.
That just has snow in it.
You said anything with snow is Christmas.
Yeah. You got me there.
I put on a list I saw, it said Goodfellas. I've never seen Goodfellas.
What?
I'm waiting to see it when we get to number 10 on the top 100 in 3 years. I've never seen it. Not that I remember.
Goodfellas smacks ass.
I bet it does.
Yeah, you should watch that prior, but I mean, whatever.
Got anything else?
No, I think you're up. Will you
No.
give me both years, 22 and 24?
Yeah.
So I don't have to reach again.
Mm. 22.
All right, number 22 on the Christmas countdown. We have who can wrap the best present in 60 seconds using 3 pieces of tape. Screw you, man.
Do you know why I picked 3 pieces of tape?
Because I use a ton of tape or something?
Well, I use a ton of tape too, but in The Office, in one episode, Pam says, if you're using more than 3 pieces of tape, you're doing it wrong. And I'm always like, damn.
Yeah,
I use like 8 pieces of tape.
Yeah, I use so much tape. And I was wrapping my presents this year because I was kind of in a crunch and I was using electrical tape for most of it. Well, this one seems like a tougher wrap. Do I have a smaller present?
Do you want to switch?
Do I have a smaller present?
It's the same exact Xbox
Okay,
controller.
Fine. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Already trying to get a head start.
Well, you can get it all lined up.
This is going to be impossible in 6 seconds.
Better wrap it good.
All right, so we're trying to wrap a present in under 60 seconds. Who gets...
3 pieces
So,
of tape.
do I get to keep the Xbox controller?
You can have it if you want. I don't know what to do with it until I get to Florida.
Yeah, true. Yeah, shit, dude. This isn't even enough paper to wrap the damn thing.
Yes, it is.
Did you test it?
I
short stacked me.
I cut it to size.
Cut it to size, he says. Oh, I only had to give like 4 or 5 presents this year, and then I would tape one side and then just wrap the whole, I would just double wrap each side. You had a ton of paper on your gifts. I had John this year. All right, you ready?
Yeah, let me get the timer out. And get it all set up in your hands. Oh, not that set up.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Or let me put on timer. 1 minute.
I want my tape to be off of my microphone so I can grab it easily.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, go.
This might be the best present I've ever wrapped. And
maybe it's 3 pieces of tape. Well, it's also the perfect size paper. You're welcome.
Yeah, it really is.
I gotta stand up.
This is the fastest present I've ever wrapped.
Well, I already cut it to size.
Yeah, I'm done.
Wow, you did it in 30 seconds. Pretty good. Probably could have used more of your time.
I'm gonna crunch down the corners.
Crunch them down. Alright, we both finished. 10 seconds to spare.
Yeah, yours sucks.
Whoa. Mine's way less crinkled than yours.
What are you talking
You're
about?
the crinkle master, man. Give me
What
a
are
full
those
180.
corners?
Let go.
You said full 180.
Give me a full 360.
Oh, okay, so now you want a full 360.
What do you think?
You won.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, whatever.
This side is really good. This side's a little worse.
I mean, I would do it quick.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
but
definitely
also
want speed.
Yeah, I win.
No, you definitely want speed.
Ah, shoot. All right, number 23. Good one. Good one.
All right. Warning.
Warning.
15-second pause for parents.
This is just a pause for the parents because we're going to say something after
We're going
this.
to talk about the big man and how you found out about the big man.
And we're not talking about Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Or
the
God.
big man with the white beard. And we're not talking about God.
Yeah, so if you don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Yeah, okay. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. All right, here you go. Tell the story of how you found out Santa wasn't real.
Do you remember yours?
I do.
Okay.
I think I was in like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And I was at the Brooks post office with Mom. And out of the blue, I said to Mom, why don't poor kids get gifts on Christmas? Why don't they just ask to not be poor? And she said...
Ask to not be poor?
I don't think I said that part, but I said, why don't poor kids get gifts on Christmas? And she just said, why do you think? And
no, what? How old were you?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was 3rd grade, so probably like 8, 9.
Oh, man, that's way less funny than my story.
Mom said, "Why do you think?" And I said, "Santa's not real." And she said, "Mm-hmm."
Mm-hmm.
So
now you're not getting nearly as much presents. Anyway, so in my defense, before I tell this story, I think it is easier for a kid that's the youngest sibling, especially of 4, to believe longer. Because once other siblings know that Santa isn't real, they really try and push it on you that Santa's real, either for a sick joke. I think maybe
sometimes, but sometimes probably the exact opposite. Like
you guys sick joked me.
They'd probably tell on you like, "Hey, idiot, Santa's not real."
Yeah, they were like, Addie, John, and Caitlin. I remember one time were like, "Look, Zach, look up on Scott's roof. That's Santa."
Because there was a light up there.
Yeah. And they were like, he's literally going down the chimney right now. They all didn't believe.
I remember that, and I honestly started believing again.
Yeah. That was crazy, dude.
I was like, no, I saw the red dot. That was Rudolph, and now the light is gone.
Wait. Who's lying to me right now?
Yeah.
All right, so anyways, this is the story about how I realized Santa wasn't real. So we're picking up Addie and Caitlin from dance recital. Mm-hmm. And Mom, it's around Christmas time, Addie and Caitlin are dancing, and I'm sitting in the back seat directly behind Mom. Like, not in a place where they could see me if they were talking to Mom from the front window. So this lady, who apparently probably was like a mom to another one of the girls in the dance recital, walks up to the window, and she's like, yeah, I got a niece, Jessica. She's 9 years old, still believes in Santa. Can you believe that? Meanwhile, I'm 13 in the back seat. And I said, wait.
Wait.
And I popped my head like over like the headrest, and I like went into this lady's view. I'm like, Santa isn't real?
What do you think is the appropriate age?
I think I was like 11, but I embellished for the story. I could have been less than 11. I mean, I don't really remember ages very well. That's a funny thing about what older people do. They're always like, yeah, when I was in 5th grade, like 1986. I'm like, what?
Yeah, how'd you know that?
Yeah, I feel like maybe even they're just good at storytelling and they don't want to embellish on like a part that doesn't really matter. But like, I'm like, sometimes they'll drop dates or they'll be like, oh, so it was probably like 1976. And I'm like, how do you know? I had no idea anything past like 2005.
Well, if it was like your senior year, you could do that easy.
2015.
And then probably like anything around that.
Big landmarks. Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, I was like a freshman.
I'm a junior, so
like
2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
You might could do it.
Yeah.
What do you think is an appropriate age to like tell your kid, like, hey, kid.
Anything less than double digits.
10 years old is 4th grade. You could probably...
That even seems fair.
Yeah, to tell them or to believe?
To believe.
Yeah, I think 5th grade, like,
once your class doesn't believe
by now, so you might as well tell the kid because...
You don't want to be that weirdo.
Yeah.
It's like, don't tell Zach Santa isn't real, and then all my friends were like, hey, Zach.
He still believes in Santa.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Santa Claus is coming to town. And I'm like, yeah, I know. He comes once a year. What you idiots talking about?
He likes me a lot more because my parents
way better presents than you. All right, am I up?
I don't know how you don't find out. It's like, how come Jordan Wren got a brand new Xbox and I got a pair of jeans?
Yeah. What's up, Santa? Yeah, is that true?
He already had everything.
You always ask your friends what they got for Christmas, and then all of a sudden you're like,
what the hell happened?
Santa hates me.
They said it was either coal or presents. They didn't say you had to be good on the scale to get the good gift.
All right, am I up? 24?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who can draw the best Santa in 60 seconds? Choose 2 weapons.
Which
2
of
weapons.
these would you like?
They're all 4 red and black.
Yeah, but some are big and some are small.
I'll take the big Sharpie in the middle.
This one?
Yeah, and I'll take the red right to the right of it. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Slime. Nice toss. Well, are you going to, like, rest on this, Dan?
I'm going to use the Xbox.
All right, I'll use this. Xbox. I'll just, we'll keep it even.
60 seconds.
Oh, wait, so we're drawing it on the wrapping paper.
No, I drew you a piece of paper.
Yeah, good toss.
I mean, if I threw that piece of paper, it'd be underneath the computer.
You're gonna freaking slash my neck with that. Toss it better. All right, I gotta remember what Santa looks like. I'm gonna draw mom and dad.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Oh.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, shit. Oh,
you forgot what he looked like? $23 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Need my red. Pencils down.
You said pencils down, and I wanted to draw 2 more lines to like solidify it. And it just made it worse.
All right, ready?
Hold up. Yeah, I'm ready.
Ginger beard.
Yeah, well, I wanted to fill it in with something. I
gave
him a pretty sturdy chin.
He looks like a kid.
I gave him too hard of a jawline, so I went, yeah, yours is good.
I think you picked the wrong weapons. I really wanted this one. I let you go first.
Yeah. Jerk.
But I didn't really use it that much.
Well, I did the 2 lines at the end, which are his eyebrows. It's like in the hat. I wanted to make it look like there was like texture to his hat, and it ended up being bad.
Well, that was fun.
All right, last one. Here you go. Keep those.
God, where'd that first one go? Okay.
All right, last one. This is John's to pick.
Wow. 25 days.
We did it.
Answer this question. What was your favorite Christmas gift growing up?
You remember yours?
I'm trying to think.
I'll go first while you think.
Yeah.
All right, so back in the day, I was obviously I'm the youngest of 4 siblings, so
These
a lot of the time,
pride and joy.
I got Beast presents. I got more Beast presents than
Mom would always say, Zach had a
it's
small
Zach's
Christmas
year,
last
and the next
year.
year it'd still be my year.
It was crazy. I'm like, what? Still getting that.
But one time I got like an iPod, and I think I got something even. I got like an iPod Touch, and this is when iTunes was still big enough that like you were buying things on iTunes. Like if you wanted a song like now you don't buy music on iTunes. That would be dumb. Like you either buy a subscription or you just like torrent it online, whatever the hell that's called. But anyway, so I got this iPod Touch, and the one thing that I wanted on the iPod that I asked for, I was like, can I buy The Office Season 1 on the iPod?
Mm-hmm.
And Mom and Dad, obviously I'm the youngest kid, they were like, yeah, sure, buy it. And I mean, that was probably mad expensive at this point because it's 12 video episodes on an iPod, probably like $5 a pop. Like, I don't know. It was probably like close to like $60 for a season of The Office.
Yeah.
And I accidentally bought it 3 times. So I had 3 Office seasons, same seasons. And like, I'm pretty sure
more than $30.
Process. Huh?
No
more than 30?
No more than 30. Probably in the 20s.
Yeah, once you buy things in bulk, like if you would have bought an episode, it might have been $5, but if you wanted the whole season.
Buy the whole season, you get for like 24.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never really liked like gaming that much. So I never asked like video games and stuff. So I always asked for like a lot of clothes and stuff.
Lame.
Little Metro boy.
We got the dirt bikes one year. You don't want to say that?
Well, I hated it. I mean, I went out there.
I hated the dirt bikes.
I thought that the dirt bike, that revving the engine, my thought when I was a little kid was that would just make the noise.
Yeah, you see the movies.
Yeah. And so I went up to it and I was like, "Rrr," and the first thing I did was absolutely wipe out on that thing.
Yeah.
Another Christmas.
Addie and Caitlin got the Doom Buggies that year, and the Doom Buggies were way more sick than the dirt bikes.
Well, they were just go-karts, but yeah, they were sick because they were safe. Anyone could ride those.
Yeah, I love those.
They, another time, the girls got scooters. Or no, maybe...
I got an electric scooter. Oh, one time, this was so funny. I mean, I kind of screwed the pooch on this one, but I was like 23 years old at the time, and Mom was like super excited about this.
When
gift.
Zach was 12, Mom gave him an electric scooter that was awesome.
It was sick. And I was in an area where I could drive it to my grandpa's house, and I used to go to my grandpa's house like daily. So I would drive my electric scooter up to Bully's. I'd hang out with them, drive my electric scooter back. But anyway, so the electric scooter started to get used by more people the longer I had it. And then I crashed it one time, I think. So like the second you turned on the electric scooter,
it just ran.
It immediately accelerated. So you had to be ready, power on, accelerator. Like if you're not holding onto the brakes, it just accelerated to pretty much full speed. So John was like, pass me this football. And he's pointing my scooter right at the pool. John takes both hands off of my electric scooter, and it sinks down to the bottom of the deep end of our pool, 6 feet down. And then we were like scared that we were going to go electrocuted. I don't know if that still holds ground.
I mean, I
was still scared.
Yeah.
But we like tied a rope to it. We're like, well, this is obviously broken. So we just tried to hide it from my parents. And then we just like put it behind a tree by the pool.
Yeah.
And then like 11 years later, I'm 23 years old.
Mom's so excited to give Zach his Christmas gift.
I said, well, as long as it's not an electric scooter.
Heartbroken.
I mean, I still haven't used it, but I think Mom gets a lot of use out of it.
Mom told me about it all excited, and I was like, this is bad.
You know he's a man now. Like,
yeah.
Where is he going to scoot?
One time, the girls both got scooters, and then I was like, damn, I didn't get a scooter. What the hell? Then Meemaw gave me a scooter. And then I...
Razor?
No, mine had big, huge wheels on it. It was sick. It was like an off-road scooter.
Nice.
Anyways, I rode it down the hill that you could ride in the rock garden.
Yeah.
I rode it down that. I went right at one of the swings, couldn't stop. My scooter got caught up in the swing, and I fell on my back, and my scooter was straight up in the air, about to come down on my face, and I barely dodged it.
Do you not remember, what were like the giant skateboards we had where we would just do like plank on the skateboard and ride down that, and then we were like getting sketch around like all the like trailers and stuff below?
I don't remember that.
Okay, so then this is the story. So I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, something around that area. And we had all that kind of gear now. And like we hosted the party at the Brooks house. And we had this steep hill that like it dropped down mad fast and then it like kind of levels out. But you got enough speed that I'm guessing you're going around 25 miles per hour once you get down that hill. So my friends are going, we're planking on the skateboard, and like everybody's like, it gets kind of sketch. Like, I don't know where the parents were at this point.
Yeah.
But like you kind of just slow down with your heels before you get to like the trailer or like the Nova, whatever we have below that hill, like around that area. So I go on a scooter and I'm going down that hill on like a Razor scooter, 2 wheels, not a lot of stability there. So I'm going down 2 wheels on that scooter, start freaking out, you know, the wobbles that you get with like scooters or skateboards once you start going too fast. Bail, jump into the grass, land on my arm, break my arm. That was one of the times I broke my arm.
Wow. I didn't know you broke your arm like that.
Yeah.
One time I was telling this story this weekend to Taylor's family. I was a freshman in college, and all I asked for was a puppy. I wanted a bulldog. And thank God.
That's all you asked for?
That's all I asked for.
Yeah, but you didn't get it.
Got a bunch of clothes.
Yeah.
But Mom goes, hold on. I have one more gift for John.
And it was just a stuffed animal.
And she grabbed the dog leash and walked outside, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God. She got it. And she came back in with a stuffed animal.
That was a bitch move.
Yeah. She thought it was hilarious. It was. She came back in with a stuffed animal. It was a bulldog. That. And you know what the funny thing about it is? So I got that bulldog. Thank God I didn't get a puppy in college. I would have been miserable. Getting a dog in college.
Oh, I mean, I did it. And I love Riggs now. But
you
I
didn't
was
get him
like
in college?
I was still in college, but that was my own fault.
Well, anyways, I got this stuffed animal. It's a nice stuffed animal. It's a brown bulldog. And then 5 years later, I was looking for a bulldog, and this lady said, I have one more that's available if you'd like to take a look at him. And he looked exactly like my stuffed animal.
It wasn't Mort?
Yeah.
It was Mort.
I bought Mort, and he looks just like the stuffed animal.
He does. Yeah, I remember. I know this.
I was like, this is meant to be.
Honestly, one of my favorite Christmas gifts that I got, and this is... So we do... For Christmas Eve, we do exchanges, and like it's gotten a little bit different since our family has grown so much. But we do exchanges now between adults, and you'll do a random name, and that person who you get the name for will give you a gift. So John had me this year, and like John gave me all this. Like I was big into anime. I'm not as much now, just because I don't have as much time, and I don't want to read subtitles. But I was big into anime in college, and I'm sitting here with like a top knot on my head, looking like a freaking samurai. And John had already given me like all this like Japanese type stuff, and I was like mad juiced.
Yeah.
Like I was very happy about what I got. Like I wasn't really thinking about the price of it because there's like $150.
I got you a robe from like a 2-piece thing that looked like it could have cost some money, but it didn't. It was like
you got me a robe. You got me the dragon.
Yeah.
That was like a ornament kind of thing. It wasn't an ornament, but like
you put it on your bookshelf.
Yeah, a bookshelf. That's better. So a bookshelf and then a cat that waved.
Yeah.
And I thought they were all great, and I was smiling the whole time. And then like somebody else goes, and then John like walks outside, and he's like, "All right, Zach." And like I have been asking for a samurai sword for like 5 years probably.
Yeah.
Like
Mom
it's been on my
refused.
list, and Mom was like, "Zach's gonna murder somebody with this." I don't know where she got that, but like he was like, "I'm not giving Zach the samurai sword." So anyways, John walks outside. I don't even really notice. I'm like paying attention because we had nieces and nephews at this point. So I'm just like paying attention to the kids, like enjoying their gifts, whatever. And John's like, "All right, Zach," and like turns around and like he starts like giving me a speech in like Japanese dialect.
Yeah, that was so funny.
I immediately know. Like before he even pulled it out of it, like behind his back, I was like, "No way, it's a samurai sword." And that's probably my favorite gift, and now it's underneath my Christmas mantle to this day.
That was hilarious.
Not Christmas mantle, it's just a mantle.
Yeah, I can't remember what I looked up. But
Oriwa, Dashi, Tashiwa.
Yeah, it was on like, take this sword and lead nations.
Yeah, it would be my honor. Yeah, that was great.
That was all time.
Appreciate you.
All right, y'all done?
Yeah, I'm good. I think we've been potting for far over an hour.
Next, we're doing Citizen Kane, getting back to the top 100.
Citizen Kane, J9 might be on it.
Excited to get out of the Halloween and Christmas modes.
Yeah, I don't like the holiday months.
Yeah.
Towards the end, you get tired. But yeah, if y'all are watching this and you're not our family members, please promote it. Like maybe give it to your... Give your favorite episode. If you have an episode in mind, because not all of them are the best.
This was a hilarious episode. I should tell my friend Jim about it.
Yeah, just tell your friend Jim about the episodes that you want to enjoy. Because they're not all the best, but sometimes we have some bangers. And, I mean, we have jobs outside of this, people. But if
We'd
you
love
wanna,
not to.
if you want to see this podcast continue,
we're going to need it to take off.
So please help us out. Thank you.